Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends. And welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I am Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and then examine the stories and the art. This time, I want to take a look at this book right here. This is Life with Archie, number 174 from 1976. Yeah. It goes way back to the bicentennial, but it has nothing to do with the bicentennial. And this has two stories in it. And unfortunately, it has no credits in it. But in my research, artists were listed as Barry Grossman, as Stan Goldberg, and Bill Yoshida. And I think, from the looks of it, Stan Goldberg did the pencils on, I would think, both stories. But I can't be sure on that. But it looks like it. And the other two doing the inks. And I want to say, well, I'll point it out when we're looking through it. It's a really nice job on the inking. Very, very nice, thick and thin on the inking lines. Overall, it's just a lovely inking job, and some great penciling too for the standard old-fashioned Archie style. And it was apparently written by Frank Doyle. And we'll talk about him in just a couple minutes here. But first I wanted to give a little shout out to another YouTuber I like. He's fairly recent, only about 40-some subscribers at the moment. That's Rave Sensation. R-A-V-E Sensation. Rave Sensation. And he does some stuff on comics, geeky things. Talks a lot about horror movie magazines. That's what but all kinds of other things as well. All the geeky stuff. And he has some fun videos. So come on, let's go have an adventure. These are more adventurous. Have an adventure with Archie in Life with Archie. And there we are with Life with Archie, number 174. It's the 30-cent covers and cover price. And you can see kind of flanked by some drawings. Let's talk about that for just a moment before we get into the comic book. I see these character cards. These happen to be all Archie characters, and if you like those or would like some other ones of other characters, I can do those for you if you like. Just contact me here at my email address right there, or through the comments below, leaving me pertinent information, and I'll get back to you and I'll see what I can draw for you. Hey, now here we are with Life with Archie. And you can see right off the bat, this is a more adventurous type. Life with Archie, the title was often usually had more adventurous type stories, but they still had the humor aspects in them. And I really like the adventure, Archie Adventures. This is where they had stuff, like the superheroes. The Archie characters are superheroes, like they're pure art right there. And I think did a lot with the other, like what am I trying to say? I'm trying to think of the Man from Riverdale. There's Man from Uncle Spy type parody. Was there? And I said this is written by Frank Doyle. And Frank Doyle is from 1917 to 1996. He's a head writer for Archie Comics for over 30 years, writing an estimated 10,000 stories featuring the Archie characters. And he studied art at the Pratt Institute and started as a penciler for Fiction House on such titles as Planet Stories and the like. And in 1951, he joined Archie as a writer who, while no longer working as an artist, he wrote stories in storyboard form. And I know that because myself, because several years ago, to do it, I had submitted some stuff to Archie, and they sent me a story. It says a sample story, and it was a story written by Frank Doyle, and it was definitely in storyboard format. Just had the basic page layout, a little doodles to indicate the characters and the action and what's going on. And in the mid-'60s, he began writing for the more adventure-oriented titles, such as Life with Archie, and writing all the stories while he was around with the characters as the superheroes. That was mostly in the 60s, and they did some in the 70s, I guess. And then, of course, in the 2000s, they've gone back and reissued those stories in various forms and had some newer Pure Heart and Super Teen and Captain Hero stories. And he did many of the Josie and the Pussycats stories, and he did the very first story of That Wilkin Boy. And the introduction of Cheryl Blossom to the cast of characters, way back in the 80s, when she made her first appearance before fading away again, and then reappearing in the 90s as a major character. And of course, along with Cheryl Blossom was her brother, whose name I cannot even remember at the moment. So this is more adventurous stories. Let's just take a little look here. Archie, Life with Archie. Start right off the Stan Goldberg splash page. So you can really see the Stan Goldberg here in these gangsters' face. And here you can also see what I was talking about earlier with the lovely line work. I'll show you close up the lovely line work in this inking. And here, nice and bold on the figures, and yet then you get the nice shape there that's makes it visually interesting. And something, as you can see here, something's not right with Mr. Lodge. It says, "Tune in on treachery." And this is where it starts off with Archie and Betty, and they're installing a CB radio in Archie's jalopy. This is before he got the more modern car. And I always liked the old jalopy. And then he's testing it, and he's talking with Veronica. Yeah, because Veronica has just got a bass unit in her house. So they can talk on the radio, and she can call him up anytime and anywhere. Say, "Come right over, Archie," and he does, just like that. And here they are seeing about it, and just talking about how the CBs work. And Mr. Lodge is there. Said, "Oh yeah, I got CBs." She put a CB in her car, and it has that bass unit. And so they're going out, and it makes little jokes. Of course, even though it's more of a more adventure story, they still have the jokes. "I can always call you two and tell you to stop parking at Lookout Point. Next time we park on Lookout Point, remind me to shut off the CB." Yeah. So is that what we should do? Should we go to Lookout Point? No. And here they are, and they drive. Go right past the Lodge Industries factory for whatever they think they need to be making it for the stories. Okay. And they say, "Oh, something's not right. The guard's not there." So they stop to check it out, and the guard is knocked out and all tied up. There's a light on in one of the offices. And they go, "Oh my gosh, we better check this out." They get back to their car. Going to call the police, and the phone's been cut. So they get back on the CB radio, call Mr. Lodge, and say, "Call the police. There's someone breaking in." And Lodge is all PO'd because he says, "Archie, don't play games on this thing, Archie. Somebody might take you seriously." Well, of course, Archie is serious. Little Jinx. You don't need little Jinx. And here we go, part 2 of this story. But instead of calling the police, Lodge rushes over there in his own car to check things out. Sees the guard just coming to. Sees Archie there, and he goes, "I better go check my office." And he's going to call the police from his office. Well, the crooks are still there. They can't get into the safe or whatever they're trying to get in there for. And get a great Stan Goldberg face on this gangster. And Lodge is taken prisoner, and there you see him peering in the window. And so he gets on his CB radio, calls for at 1033, which is they have all those radio codes, which is a code for emergency. Gives the pertinent information, and then they rush back, because anybody listening on that will call the police, because they know that's an emergency. So Lodge is opening the thing up, and there he got on the radio, got on the radio, and they got the bass unit there, and they call and they're telling the gangsters, the crooks, "You better come out. You got friends out here waiting for you." And they come outside, and yep, it's the cops. Oops. And so they find out how real world interaction with the CB can be helpful. That could almost have been an ad for Radio Shack. And here's a oops. Little cuddly buddy is 00. Here's a good night kiss for my baby doll. Well, maybe not because he was giving his wholehearted approval. So they have to end it with a little humorous kicker. And that was a fun story. This is another little story. You can see it's not quite as long, but it's also adventure based. Here, Archie helping a sick kid. What the thing is, something from Lodge Industries on this truck being delivered, something falls off, and this is almost like a combination of origin of Daredevil and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Kid finds this thing, takes off. He's not going to tell anybody. He's going to keep it a secret. He doesn't know what it is. Here they get it, the truck gets there and they discover something is missing. And oh my gosh, that canister that's missing, it's dangerous. If somebody finds it and opens it, it can kill them. It's deadly poison. Some little deadly poison gas in there, and we don't know. We've got to find it. Because it was supposed to be destroyed or whatever it was. So Archie is, I know a lot of the kids in the area. Again, you see the really nice thick and thin line work in the inks here. Some really lovely pencil work and inking. This is just marvelous, marvelous. And so Archie goes to the neighborhood where the truck drove through, and he's looking around. He's talking to all the kids that he sees and says, "Oh, see, this one kid, he found something over here," and he was being real sneaky about it. And he rushes, he finds the kid. Hey, Tink! Hey, Tink! Oh, and the kid sees him, and he thinks he's in trouble. A raft. He's on the raft to get over by the river. And he gets on the raft on the river, and going down there. Oh my gosh! I've got to stop him. Because if he opens that, he could kill him. And so he climbs the overhanging tree and jumps down onto the raft. Yipe! Where'd you come from? And he says, "Never mind that, you crazy kid. That thing you found on the road, you didn't open it, did you?" "Yeah, it's kind of stunk. There was nothing in it, but it just stunk." It was empty anyway. It smelled awful. Now he feels terrible. Ooh, all woozy. Oh my gosh! And they said there's no cure for whatever it is. Oh my gosh! Got to get him to the hospital. Got to help him somehow. And then here is Archie, which is this basically the same illustration as the cover illustration. Archie struggling to get the raft ashore so he can get the kid, Tink. And here they are. He's rushing, trying to rush him to the hospital. Oh. But he it's too far to carry him, man. And he, I know this is very culturally insensitive. But the old squaw lady who lives out here, but it's not the best. But it's still a good story. Goes to the old Indian lady here, trying to get some help. Can we help the boy? And so she says, "Okay, bring him inside in my lodge," and set him down. And she starts doing some chanting. She mixes up some herbs and stuff, makes some kind of goo. It smells terrible. Is it ready? And she shoves some in his mouth. There, taste that. And he goes, "Oh, that tastes terrible. Oh, then it's good. Then it's ready." So then they give some to the kid. He hates it, but he's doing better in no time. It's like he's cured. And he's like a little rattlesnake, the little kid. And then they get the kid to the hospital, have him checked out. He's perfectly fine. And Archie's a hero. He saved the little boy. And Veronica gives him a kiss and goes, "Oh, wow, what happened to you? What a kiss. You're a new man. It must have been that crazy medicine I tasted. That stuff packs a punch." So he's rushing. Yeah, I gotta get back there and get some more of that stuff. And that's it. So again, a nice, touching adventure story, both of them, but finish it off with a humorous kicker. And I think those are well crafted, well told stories. I really like the artwork. I especially like the inking job on here. I think Frank, what did I say his name? Frank Doyle did a really nice job writing these stories, and it's a lot of fun. And I like the standard teen humor stuff with Archie, but I really like it when they do the more adventurous stories as well. So that's what I've got for you this time with Life with Archie. Please like, share, subscribe, share it with your other comic book friends. If you happen to be an Archie fan or someone who hasn't read Archie in a long time, this is a nice old nostalgic look at Archie. Leave a comment. Do you like the adventurous Archie stuff, or do you like the more humorous teen humor stuff, or do you like some of the new stuff that Archie has been producing? I like some of that stuff too. Just comment. Let me know what you think of Life with Archie. Thank you for joining me, and remember, comics are art.